First place, we've seen this name before, but haven't seen it in a little bit, I think. Paige Wheeler, great job. Well done. Always sharing.
Yeah, that's right. Congratulations.
2026, she's already getting the ball rolling.
Congratulations to both of you. All right, we're going to turn the time over now to Dr. Darlene Lobel.
Now, let me ask you a question. This is just for you. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand. How often do you act in alignment with who you know you are? Think about that right now. How often do you act in alignment with who you think you are? Okay? There's some work that needs to be done to figure out why it's not 100% of the time, right? Because it's never 100% of the time. And you've got some amazing tools to help you figure those things out, right? These keys to how you think, right? How you make decisions, how you take action. The more you will line yourself up with those, the more you are going to see the success that you're looking for, okay? You're going to see that vision come to pass. Now I want to talk briefly about a tool that will help you with this. But don't get mad at me, but don't use this until you're ready, okay? This is powerful technology, transcranial magnetic stimulation. We use it clinically in medicine, okay? And you have access to this. It works through the hub. It's so amazing. I got to experience the developer side of it. I asked Lauren if he would let me play around with some of the parameters the other day, and he did. So I got to do some settings in it, and I'm telling you what, I've never had such a powerful experience. I sat down, I said, okay, I'm gonna develop a protocol to activate the mirror neuron network, and I was thinking about something in particular. And so I got to pick the electrodes, I got to set the frequency to alpha, 8 to 12 hertz, and I sat down. And I was gonna, I usually, when I'm doing something like this, I'm listening to inner voice or I'm listening to mind sync or something like that. And so I sat down and I was gonna do a quick recording, mind sync. I was planning on being there for 30 minutes. And as soon as I sat down, I couldn't do anything else. It was like, this is exactly where I need to be right now. And I don't need to be doing anything else. And I was able to focus on this vision that I had for where I want to be in this coming season. And I'm telling you what, my mind went through every single thing that could possibly be blocking me, and I got to see it dismantle in my mind. It was amazing, okay? And let me tell you what's even cooler. Because I couldn't get up. I mean, thank goodness, we weren't that busy that day. So nobody needed me. I couldn't get up. I just couldn't get up. And then all of a sudden, my eyes popped open and my brain said, okay, we're done. I got up. It was 10 minutes on the clock. 10 minutes on the clock, which clinically, most of the time, we do TMS for 10, 20 minutes. My brain knew. Listen, your brain knows what you need. Yield to it. Use the information you have and yield to it. But I use this now to solidify those pathways, right, that have come up when I've accessed my subconscious, my theta state, right? Whether I do that through breathing, whether I do that through the hub, whether I do that through the theta machine, whether I do that through listening to the inner peace Cephi frequency, okay? Figure out what's aligned for you and then use this, okay? Because it's delivering magnetic pulses to specific parts of your brain, okay? Just like exercise, right? The more you exercise, stronger your muscles get. The more you walk a path through the woods, the clearer that path becomes, right? First couple of times, just a few leaves disrupted. Pretty soon, you've got a well-worn path you can find anywhere, anytime. Your brain is like a superhighway. This also, well, even if you don't set it at a gamma frequency, it actually helps with long-term potentiation, which is memory, okay? Helps with memory. And it helps to solidify those patterns. There's so many great options for this, like healthy behavioral habits. But you need to know what you are aligned with before you go pick a setting, okay? Don't pick something because you think, oh my goodness, my so-and-so told me I need to lose weight. I need to go to the gym, so I gotta get a healthy behavioral habit. If that's not what you are aligned with right now, you can use this till you're blue in the face, okay? But when it's aligned for you, that's when this becomes so powerful. So I'm not going too much into the details of it, but essentially it's creating very small electromagnetic fields. It's strengthening those pathways, so those neurons you saw connecting a few minutes ago, right? That connection, it's getting stronger and stronger. And what has come up from your subconscious mind is now being solidified, okay? Very powerful technology. We use this at the center for individuals with depression, with anxiety. We see a lot of folks with PTSD, right? And again, I think like Nadia said, not all trauma is major trauma, okay? It's major to us when it happens to us. Don't minimize it. We use it for chronic pain quite a bit, okay? But as I found out, we can also use it for performance enhancement, which is pretty amazing, okay? Healing is great. I love healing. I'm a healer, right? But we're healed so that we can move forward with what we're called to do, right? It's great to be healed. It is fantastic to feel full of energy and be pain-free and be filled with joy, right? But for what? And I'll tell you, when you focus more on the for what, the goal beyond the goal is what I call it, okay? Stop focusing on, I don't want to hurt anymore. And focus instead on, well, when I don't hurt anymore, what am I going to do, right? I ask my neurosurgery patients this too. I always ask my wellness patients this. What do you want to be able to do? Well, I want to stop taking medicine. Great. So what are you going to do? Well, I don't know. But you do know, right? Now you have some tools to figure that out, okay? So there's one more step that we need to talk about. We've brought up information from our subconscious mind, what's aligned for you. We've given you some amazing keys to help you solidify, to build those pathways, all right? Taken you through theta, we've taken you through gamma. What's left? Well, got to take a step, right? You got to take a step. I love this quote from Michelangelo. How did you sculpt Michelangelo? Such beautiful things. If you've ever watched even an ice sculptor person, right? Like, how do you do that? He saw the angel in the marble and he carved until he set it free. Your vision is waiting to be set free, but you've got to pick up a chisel, okay? It's not enough to know what it is. It's not enough to build those pathways. We need to take a step. And this is where our alpha frequency comes in. You know, so many times I think that we don't take steps because we're overanalyzing, right? Who's overanalyzed before? I've definitely done that, okay. But what if, right? What if? Okay. So here's the thing. If your boat is docked, is it easy to change direction? No. If your boat, however, is sailing out in the ocean, it's a lot easier to turn that around, right? Your plane's in the hangar, it's not going anywhere, for sure. It's up in the sky. You may be headed to LA and need to be in New York, but you can flip around, okay? Take action, because aligned action is ideal, but any action activates your mirror neuron network. Did you know that? Do you know where these mirror neuron cells are? Most of them are in your motor cortex, okay? Which means when you take a step, a physical step, it activates this part of your brain that is gonna build pathways from where you are to where you've told it you're gonna be. You've got to take a step. Very powerful. And know that if you make the wrong decision, doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to, again, it is information. So we're gonna listen to some alpha frequencies now, because alpha, to bridge state, it's between vision and reality. It's the bridge between your subconscious and your conscious mind, right? Brings things out of, if you will, the spiritual realm into the physical realm. Very powerful. Movement. Hey, listen, you've got a vision in your mind. Take a walk and consider that vision. If you can't walk, if you're struggling to walk right then, sit in your chair. Tap a foot back and forth. Bilateral stimulation, great for the brain. You know, alpha state is amazing. I love it, but sometimes we can get us stuck. Alpha state can lead to depression, okay? Focusing on your vision too much can lead to depression, but you can help to restore that flow, okay? You can help to restore that flow with movement on both sides of your body. You can restore that flow with some Cephi frequencies. Envision yourself doing it and then take the step. If you don't feel like you have the motivation to actually take the step, just envision yourself doing it. So all of you right now, I want you to write down, what is the one step that you feel, whether you feel like you can do it or not, I don't care. What do you feel is the most aligned step for you to take right now to get you closer to what we started with, right? What inspired you? What I asked you a few minutes ago when we first started. What's that step? Write it down. Is it to make a phone call? Is it to write the first sentence of your book? Okay. Is it to get up and walk for 2 minutes a day? Let me tell you something about habits. You know, people get so frustrated because they think, oh gosh, doctor says I'm supposed to exercise for 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. That sounds exhausting. That's actually not how you learn to do things. There's very few people that do well with that strategy. You know what I tell them to do? I'm like, just get up and move. 2 minutes a day, every day. You're like, well, what is that gonna do? It's gonna build your brain pathways. It's gonna train your brain. And pretty soon you're gonna be like, I can do more than 2 minutes, right? Okay, start with that. Who's written down something? Okay, what's going on with the rest of you? Come on. All right, come on. All right, write down, whether you intend to do it or not, I don't care. Just write down, what would be the one thing that you could do that would make sense right now for you to achieve that goal, that vision in your mind. And I'll tell you a story about me and something I did. So I had a vision for a wellness center for a really long time. I love medicine. I love operating on brains. I know that makes me a little weird, but I do like it. Okay. But when I was in France, I started to learn, hey, you know what? I can affect the brain without drilling a hole in somebody's head. And strangely, not everyone wants a hole drilled in their head, okay? So I said, well, how can I take, because I've been working in frequency medicine since I started in neurosurgery back in 2000, right? Putting brain stimulators in to treat Parkinson's, putting spinal cord stimulators in to help block those pain signals back to the brain. I've been studying frequencies for a long time. What if can do this non-invasively. And I wanted to build a wellness center. So you know what I did? I had a group of friends, and I think Dr. Lachelle talked about something similar to this. This wasn't with her. This was with another group of friends I had. This was December of 2023, and this is important, the date. We decided we were going to get on a Zoom together. There were 8 of us. And we were going to future cast that it was December of 2028. The rules of the Zoom were you were not allowed, there was no initial pleasantries, no initial hello. It was all, it is December, whatever date it was, I can't remember, December the 11th, 2028, from that moment. And you were only allowed to speak as if it was that time. Okay? Do you know what I talked about? I was on a boat in the Mediterranean, opening my 3rd wellness center on the coast of France. Do you know what at that time I was doing? Practicing neurosurgery 80 hours a week. I didn't even know about Solex, but I talked about everything. It's like, oh, it's multiple levels, and we have all these amazing types of therapy. We have this healing equipment, and we even, we have art therapy, pet therapy, and all these other things as well. And it's awesome, and people don't have to get cut on. And I was so excited about it. And I talked about it for 8-10 minutes of my time that I had during that. Do you know what happened in my life in January of 2024? Dr. Lachelle called me. She and I have been good friends for, I don't even know how many years. It's been a while. And she's like, I got to tell you about something. Okay, what you got? I'll listen to her. We talk shop all the time. And she told me about Solex. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. And she sent me, so she did an inner voice, right? And I listen to those frequencies religiously, like every night. Same frequencies, just that one inner voice. I listened to them every night for 3 weeks. I slept well. I was like having some small health issues at the time. Like those started to go away. Like this is amazing. Let me learn more about this, right? Do you think it's coincidental about that timing? No, it wasn't. I prepared my brain for it. My electromagnetic field, if you could have seen it at that time, it was like, wellness, come. And it came, right? And I'll save the story of the wellness center for another day because I don't have enough time to talk about it. But almost in the same way, that's how I was able to partner to open Quantum Wellness Center Sarasota, June 25th of this year, our first center. And I'll tell you what, it's funny because I wrote up a business plan less than a year ago, and I had planned 1,000 square feet. It's like, okay, I'm gonna start. I got a hub, I got this, I got that, I'm gonna start with this. I wrote up a business plan. It's like, you know how many square feet we have? Nearly 10,000. Listen, God will take that vision and blow it up for you, magnify it, okay? Hold on to it. I'm telling you this because I want you to understand the power of what you carry within you. Stop going and trying to get things. You don't need anything else. You have within you what you need. You have the knowledge of the resources you need. Some of you got so excited with that rain. Go get it, okay? That's for you. Others were like, well, that was nice, but it's not my thing. But you liked hearing Nadia with, I don't even know what she's doing with that tarot hearts. I gotta ask her later, but with the nose. But yeah, okay. I love you, Nadia, wherever you are. I can't see you. Okay. Follow where your passion is. What excites you is what you're supposed to follow. Be who you're created to be. Get to know yourselves, okay? Spend some time in that theta frequency because that's where you're going to figure it out, okay? Whether you get there through the hub, whether you get there through breathing and meditation, whether you get there through listening to inner peace Cephis, spend some time there and figure out who you are and get stronger with the belief that this is exactly what you are designed to do in this moment at this time. The keys are already within you. You don't need anything added. You're not missing anything. You don't need to copy anyone else. You don't need to be anyone else. Feel free to be who you're created to be. That is what is going to unlock your potential.
She's not done yet. And I'm just getting started. 5 years ago, Kai and I sat down and we said, we would like to have a university to help teach people about the scanner and about the things. And so we sat down and we formed Solex University. Have you heard the phrase, when the students are ready,
teacher
appears? Well, for us, we want to show you something new. When the university was ready, the dean appeared. For 4.5 years, we worked on putting this together. And we didn't want to be just like every other school of naturopathy out there. We wanted it to have discipline. We wanted it to be more than just the woo-woo side of the natural medicine, right? I love woo-woo, you know that. But I'm just saying we needed it to be a little bit more. We wanted the school to literally teach people how to be healers. Not just somebody with a nice degree up on the wall and can't tell you the difference between alpha, beta, theta, and gamma, right? It's important. It wasn't to be just about the scanner. In fact, I think the scanner is not even 10 hours of the whole course. It's to teach us how to be better at what we already love doing. And that's what you do here, right?
We specifically designed it. If you have a 12th grade education, you will be able to understand, absorb, and move forward. So we wanted you to not be required to have any specialized knowledge. So if you are running a wellness center, wanting to run a wellness center, want to know more about how that works, or you're here and you just want to learn and you love to learn, this is for you. So I wanted to share that.